back, everybody. I'm Caleb Dennison, and today I'm very excited to check out the Bose Quiet Comfort earbuds. Now, earlier I said fashionably late to the party. That's kind of Bose's thing, right? They aren't necessarily first to come out with a new product, but when they do, they claim it's the best,
You are
and it
so
stands for a
fucking
while. They don't
tolerant.
update these kinds of things very often, so I
China
think that we're
versus
going to be
American
holding on
electronic
to
and
these
Apple
for
phone
quite
I
a
don't
while.
care.
And while we're here
Maraming
reviewing
taong
them, I
nabubuhay
thought
na
I'd
hindi
bring
gumagamit ng
the
Android
AirPods
kaya
Pro
our business
along for the ride, because we're
destroyed
talking
our
about two
technology
products that are
investment.
really targeting a very
You're so
similar audience,
fucking
but in
tolerant.
very different ways.
English
I'm
people,
really
not
interested
fucking
to see how
stupid.
this plays out, so let's get to it.
Oh, Apple.
So let's start with what's in the box, which is not much and very similar to the AirPods Pro. You get the buds in the case, as well as a USB-C charging cable, although I should mention that this case is also capable of wireless charging, and then a couple of different options for ear tips. So there are 3 in all in the package. And I should mention right now that these ear tips, they come with little fins on them for security, and they are not optional. They're built into it. So you get 3 different size options. The ear tips are oval, and the fins are built on. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, and I'm talking about this case. It's big, large, and in charge, much bigger than the AirPods Pro, which means that it is not pocketable, unfortunately. It does need to be this big because the buds inside are rather big themselves, and we'll look at that in a second. I do like the fact that there are 5 LEDs on the front, so you know what the charge status is for the case without pulling out your phone. Otherwise, my only real gripe here is that you're not going to be putting this in your pocket, so find something else to shove it in to carry it around. As long as we're talking about the case, let's talk about charging capabilities. So the buds themselves are capable of about 6, and then the case adds another 12 on top of that. So you're talking about 18 hours total charge. Also, 15 minutes of charging in the case will get you 2 hours of playtime. Now, on paper, that doesn't look quite as good as the AirPods Pro. With the AirPods Pro, you get 5 hours of playtime without noise canceling, 4.5 hours with noise canceling, and that kind of varies really depending on how loud you're playing your music or your movies or what have you. Talk time is a little bit lower at about 3 to 3.5 hours, but the case will get you about 24 hours of total playtime. In the best of scenarios, we have found that that is not necessarily the case with the AirPods Pro, which brings up an interesting point. If you've been having trouble with the battery in your AirPods Pro, definitely look into whether they're serviceable. There's a recall out there, so go to digitaltrends.com and find that. Anyway, back to the Bose. The reason why I think they are perfectly sufficient in terms of battery life is that they actually punch above their claim. I've gotten 7.5 hours with ANC on out of these buds, and then I think that what you get out of the case is perfectly sufficient. So overall, on
This is the rate of Android earbud versus iPhone, Apple, and earbuds. The electronic device that is speaking our foreigner and best in America is a base of iPhone original factory in China is under to Asian Pacific investment economies electronic device. So what do you think and learn for device and Bluetooth to fashion in this individual to business and competitor in charge of political issue or criminal action against the World War II or electronic to nuclear bomb to combat or unite. Para sabihin sa English, to mga blogger understanding, to blogger content or explanate or get our device and explanate. But asking you, foreigner to Asia Pacific, uh, you are less bad and excellent, nothing good, because to our electronic for individual in straight or learning school, but our is not a chance for living to versus committed, because the word is business is passion. To our economists and our your Pacific to Asia to international united and China or something and this United Kingdom. But as a foreigner, gusto kong sabihin ko sa'yo, as a foreigner is a little of our camera is smartphone. Hindi sila gumagamit ng smartphone always. Ang ginagamit nila is camera to photograph. Kasi hindi sila gumagamit ng artistic camera or lens in our manufacturing iPhone. Mababa ang camera ng iPhone. Kaya pag ginamit yung iPhone, malabo. Because every trailing iPhone is the best electronics imported and lower for price per camera running to option about policy na binababaan nila ang camera pero mahal ang kanilang device for battery system. So our electronic device included here, to connect activity or Bluetooth smartphone and Android or something Pacific because our people is Jads and I hate iPhone. I hate Android is a fucking local or mumurahin or something because she has iPhone, electronic iPhone accessories. I cannot respect that about violated and rich people in for living in industry in our economies. Ginawa naman talaga ang electronic para sa all and invention for the people and then for device and wonderful success. So our connected the world and best for living. You know, so it's a very guilt about this verses. Because kaya nagkakaroon tayo ng mga World War III dahil dito sa pinag-aawayan na nagmamagaling, naninira, ang mas matalino, mas magaling to establish about this phenomenon. But it's very guilt and darkness, this evil in our people. I am personally very touched because I am poor. Ang ginagamit ko ay all Android kasi hindi ako makabili ng Android sa Manila. Hindi ako makabala ng iPhone sa Manila because ang mahal ng iPhone. Kulang pa yung sweldo mo, napakamahal. Pag Android, makakabili ka ng 10K, 10,000 for any dollar in China to Android. For activity connected to it, to my family, and asking to respect that because I am poor. And what do you have about me in major countries living the rich? And asking to me as a code, there is our industry in China, Pacific, international foreign America, because you are always blog people to contain about this answer in use of always tolerant and factorial question. Is that America iPhone factory original? China is a fake. The China is under the all Asia Pacific is China market. I don't think so much. Hindi kami Asian people. Hindi kami English. Asian kami. You are English or foreigner. Hindi tayo magka-level. Hindi tayo committed to charter to media our intent. Ginawa to Earth to other great regard in this planet of our revolution technology and then before the war nation. Magkakaaway tayo. English people. Asia is by the English. All languages is committed our and this history, the invention. Kaya nabubuo yan, America. Gusto mo sabihin ko sa'yo? Kung wala ang Asian Pacific, hindi mabubuo ang international world. Because the world is not your one and it's made to create and it's vibrant of brilliant mind technology roboted, your invention, your something, your and the body wall is not mentally, you are people is great electronic devices, something intelligence. I don't think so about you. Because this is speech is really, really stupid. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Click to my Bible in my YouTube notification bell here to simplify irresistible in my phone phonics video because ang ginagamit ko is not camera, is smartphone because I am poor, I'm not rich. Kaya you are studying, you are rich people, you're something, you are all shining, I don't care about you. But this word, you are not a limitation to me. As always, little connected. Really bad because today is growing to smartphone, mobile, or electronics device to me color and it's growing. Nakikita naman natin ngayon ang gaganda, ang tataas ng camera ng mga smartphone, ang dadami ng camera is the fucking alien smartphone and versus iPhone is growing. The really a political issue in then to me and corruption or mission in growing economies of electronic device. You know, foreigner English people in Asia and justify them about your container to explanate. Kung sa akin nyo ini-explain yan, I don't think so about you. To explain your president, to explain your factory electronic device, and for your fossil in YouTube. Because discrimination is our container. Answer to me is pathetic. Because I very truly I can about good people and surrounding about electronic device. Mabubuhay naman mga mahihirap na bansa sa Android mobile kung hindi sila nakakabili ng Apple. Kung to encouragement about business and rich people, because all foreigner is not Android mobile, is always iPhone mobile. Because rich is rich, poor is poor, is not condemn them about committed to each other. No limitation. Because our criminalization, you policy is not good for these individuals, establishes.